Yo, so producer Tommy here. So today I want to talk to you about that new MPC that's been unveiled. There's two of them, yeah. There's the MPC-X, which is basically a big ass MPC, standalone, with a screen. It's kind of like the MPC Renaissance, like the size of it. But it's got a screen. It's got like all the Q-Link controls have got little screens above them, you know, like scribble pads, so you know what your filters are this time. And also there's another one been released, the MPC Live, which is kind of looks like a MPC Touch, but it's got a battery in it, and it's got like an hard drive underneath as well. So what they're trying to do is target standalone users and see if they can get that live music performance thing popping. Now what I think it's driven by is the fact that a lot of machine users and Ableton users are actually from the EDM community. They make dance music rather than hip hop. So what they like to do in Ableton, in Push, in Launchpad, things like that, in EDM music, it's more about launching clips. Like you'll have an 8-bar clip of a certain piece of dance with a riser at the end or something like that, and when they launch them, all they need for it is to come in on the one, like to be queued in at the right time. So that's where the MPC Live comes in, and the X I assume as well. It'll be live clip launching, and that'll satisfy the dance producers more than the hip hop community, but it is useful. Right, so anyway, little bit of background, right? What I do is make beats for sale, and I also produce music for my rap group and for other rappers around the local area. Also, in this coming year, me and Junior, for our rap group, we're going to be playing a lot of gigs. So the chance to incorporate something like that live element into our gigs is something that's attractive to me, but is it right? Now, I've been making beats for about 2 years, and all that time I've wanted an MPC and never actually got one. I've been back and forth thinking MPC, machine, I don't know what to get. Ruled out machine completely because of the build quality, and because if I'm paying that much for something, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like it to feel heavy. I like to be some substance to it, you know what I mean? I know it's going to last a while if I buy something that feels like it's got good build quality. So I've decided long ago, before I even saw one in store, that it was going to be Akai over Native Instruments. Saying that, what have I been doing for 2 years? Why have I not needed one? Why have I not took the chance to go and like part with some cash and get one? Well, I've looked at them. My original choice would have been the MPC Studio, because I can't think of a time when I wouldn't be taking my laptop with me if I was playing anywhere. Or if it was just for the studio, what's the point in buying all the MPC Ren with all the extra links and stuff, the Q-links and controls, if I was just going to be sat in the studio and it'd be hooked up to my DAW anywhere, which I'd be automating filters on. The next conundrum would be the fact that the studio didn't have an audio interface. Now, I've got audio interfaces at my studio, everyone has, but the ability for the MPC Ren to have that audio interface just got me thinking, like direct sampling into that box, using it live, you know what I mean? There's like advantages to having that Ren, and it looks better on a desk than that tiny little studio. So then I settled on getting the Ren. Still didn't get it, but a few months ago I had to go on MPC Touch in Dawson's in Manchester, and I really liked it. It was smaller than I expected, but the build quality was awesome. It felt like a solid metal brick. So I was interested in getting that, and then when I seen this MPC Live come out, I thought, what's the difference? Well, the difference is like 700 quid, but you get a hard drive and battery life options. But that ain't for me anyway, so what I'm going to do, I think, is just take this opportunity to see if anyone's upgrading on eBay, selling their old shit, and I'm going to grab myself either an MPC Ren or an MPC Touch, and we'll see. I think I'm probably going to go for the Touch, to be honest, because I like that screen. Now, why have I not bought something up to now? Well, this is why. Let's sit down at my studio, let's see what I've got so far. So my setup is all monitors and shit. I've got a laptop running my DAWs. That's just a screen running off that laptop. For live stuff, I've got a DDJ SX2. Now this has got clip launching ability as well with pads. And it's got sync, auto sync, the same as clip launch on live. This has got everything that I need to do to be able to play live. This, with a MacBook, means that I can launch my beats, mix them into other songs, and I can also control things like vocal filters and stuff like that. So, that's pretty much going to be my main go-to thing. It's just going to be me, a MacBook, and this. And that's all I'm going to need for playing live. If I did want a separate clip launching ability, then I'd have my MacBook there anyway, do you know what I mean? So adding the MPC Touch that I'd buy second hand into that setup might be a nice possibility. Now, why have I not needed one for studio work or making beats or anything like that? Because I own a Code 61. It comes with the pads, so having the ability to use this straight in my DAW pretty much means that I don't really need anything else. Look what I'm talking about. So we're running Fruity Loops here. If I want to slice up a song, then I'd use Fruity Loops. I'd open Slice X. I could record from vinyl into a sampler. I'd open Slice X. And then I've got everything set up here where, you know what I mean? You get the picture. This is basically my MPC. Fruity Loops, Slice X with these pads. Now that can be done with any MIDI controller with pads. You just assign them to Slice X in FL Studio. It also means that if I want to do any drums or anything like that, I just get Fruity Loops FPC loaded up, and I've pretty much got all my drum kits loaded into there. So if I feel like I just want a jam session with the boys when they come round, or if I want to make a beat but I want to feel like I'm getting that hardware input thing to it, then I'll just load this up. And more often than not, this is how I do my drums anyway. When it's finished fucking loading, do you know what I mean? Right, so what we on here? So yeah, I've loaded some drums into there. This is my MPC now. So you get the idea anyway. Now obviously I wouldn't be taking this playing live shows, but maybe that MPC. So this does everything that I need to when I'm making beats. And if I ever want to play things, let's shut this down now. if I ever want to play things on the pads, maybe like let's go into Studio One now. This is my DAW of choice. This is what I do all my mixing in and everything like that. And right, yeah. So obviously it's a keyboard, but if I'm using it with pads, so you know what I mean. You've got to find what works for you. Is it justified that I get an MPC now? Yeah, because this is an HP laptop. I don't want to use that anymore. I want to switch over to MacBook, which means FL Studio is not as good on MacBook, which means not that I use it that much more anyway, but I'm going to get rid of Fruity Loops, stick with Studio One, because it's fucking almost perfect as software, apart from a couple things. Automation in mastering projects. Presonus, if you're listening, sort that shit out and then you'll be number one. So yeah, this is what I use for just for producing beats and stuff, Studio One. The MPC workflow that I imagine the advantage would be if I got an MPC is using the MPC software too. Hopefully the MPC software too can be used with the MPC Touch and the MPC Ren. I don't know if they can, but hopefully they can, because that's the one that I'd be looking at getting on second hand on eBay. If I can get either one of them two and use it with the new software, then that's really something that I think would replace my FL Studio as a sampler and chopping samples and being able to play the loops that I want constructed out of chopped samples and then export that into my DAW where I'd just be making the rest of the song anyway. That's my workflow anyway. You gotta see what suits you. I think if I had the money, I'd get an MPC-X, but it'd pretty much be staying in my studio. It'd be on a separate desk to my monitor, because why need two screens? Even though it's super nice and I want it really bad, I just think it's overkill and I can't justify spending the money on the MPC-X. The MPC Live, if I was the kind of person who wanted to do live music or busking without having to take a laptop with me, then yeah, the MPC Live would be cool. But other than that, it's not got anything that attracts me to it. MPC Touch, I've used one, I like it. It doesn't have as many audio inputs and outputs as the MPC Ren, but it does have the colour screen. And if I did want to take it to a gig, it'd be more portable than a Ren. And I'd have my laptop at the gig anyway, because I'd be using it with my decks. So, it looks like the MPC Live wins for me. No, MPC Touch wins for me, so that's what I'll be looking out for on eBay in these next couple of months. You just gotta weigh up what's best for you, I think. Now, let's talk about what else can we talk about? Oh, let's talk about speakers. I got these from charity shop yesterday. £5 bookshelf speakers. They're Fawn vintage British speakers, and I hooked them up to speaker cable through a double dock into one, and then into my headphone socket of my speaker control. So pretty fucking nice little vintage sound to them. Not much bass, but I really like them. And I can switch between these and my PC speakers. which are not on at the moment. See how much bass them I've got. And then them's the vintage ones. Oh, what else to talk about? There's nothing really. Anyway, right, let's do a goodbye. So that's my opinion on the MPCs, the new ones. If you can justify spending that money, get the MPC X, it looks fucking amazing. But I probably wouldn't be taking it anywhere with me at all. I'd be scared of breaking that screen as well. If you fancy going for that MPC Live, let me know why, because I don't really get it. I don't really see where the gap in the market is for it, apart from EDM producers who want to show up and do like a pop-up dance set. But I might be wrong. I can't justify that right now. The MPC Touch, get it while they're hot, get one while they're cheap, get one while everyone's upgrading. MPC Ren, they might go super cheap soon, so I might just end up picking one up as well, just for lols. MPC Studio Black looks fucking nice. I'd be tempted to get one of them as well, just for a play about, but getting that compared to getting another MPC would just feel like getting a toy, so maybe not. So let me know your opinions, let me know what you're looking forward to about the new MPCs, let me know what kind of projects you'll be doing with MPCs, or if you're just making beats. Let's have a discussion about it. Share, subscribe, link, all that crap, you know what I mean. See you in a bit, YouTube.